Welcome to the group presentation of Legal Aspect, and my name is Kailash, and my other group member name is Harpreet, Kamili, Hetal, and Shweta. Today we are going to present the Bhopal disaster case, and that's also known as Bhopal Gas tragedy, and it is known as the world's worst industrial disaster. It occurs on 3rd December at UNIL pesticide plant that is called Union Carbide Industrial Indian Limited plant in Bhopal in Madhya Pradesh, India. And over the 500,000 people, the gas was exposed, and that causes around the 3,787 deaths and almost 558,125 injuries. Out of them, there were some permanent injuries, some temporary injuries, and some other injuries that occurs. There was also a theory that the thousands died and lakhs of natives and fatal injuries occurred. The Bhopal gas leak was also led to the growth in India because of its legality structure that made strict liability to the absolute liability for the people who are investing or creating the plant or industrial in any living area near the residence. Now I'm going to discuss about the effects of that gas leakages. The first effect was that there was some safety and major issues in the plant, and because of that it happens that gas leakages. For example, there was the valves and many other lines in the industry was not working or was not in a good condition, and there was also many effects to the lives. For example, the people were awakening in the midnight after that. That happens, like the large quality of water entered into the tank of 610 that contained about 42 tons of methylene, what we call isonate gas, that is also called as MIC gas. And the effects were like they were awakening because of the eye irritation, vomiting, and suffocation in their residence and living areas, and also they were feeling cough inside. So these were the effects of the gas leakages. Now the other part will present the camera. Yeah.
Hi, I would like to talk about the legal battle and the settlement order. About the legal battle, in the 1985, the government of India filed a case in the US court and claimed about $3.3 billion against UCC. UCC is Union Carbide Company. And 2 years later, in Bhopal District Court, that ordered the UCC to give out 350 crores as the interim cost. But in the High Court, the UCC's battle absconded against the High Court and reduced the cost into 215 crores. About the settlement order, the legal responsibility of Union Carbide was set for $470 million to all the claims. In the order Mukri in 2016, the settlement order disposed into three things. The first thing is the all present, past, and future cause of action. The second is criminal social proceeding. And the third thing is the future claim by Indian citizen. The settlement order applied to the future claims, mean prosecution to be dependent on the community policies. And the settlement order reached due to critical demand to reimburse the victims. Next content, my friend will discuss. Bye.
Hello friends, I'm going to present my constitutionality of the tragic case. As we know, the Union Carbide is a subsidiary of the United States company that's in the Bhopal case. As we know, the number of people died in the gas leakage, and there's a number of claims been claimed, not a number, like thousands of claims against that company. So the constitution will says the Bhopal gas incident, like they have number of articles 19, 20, and 40 as per the Indian constitution. But the victims, like they said, they advised the court to remove the section 3, 4, and 11 because it gives a power to the Indian government to act on behalf of the victims. because the victims in the Bhopal tragedy, they are losers. They are so much poor, or they are uneducated. They are not unable to pursue their case. So that gives the power to the Indian government so they can pursue their cases, and they won the case as per the struggling of the own party with assent grievance properly. That has been discussed. It's also been discussed about the Indian Constitution and as per the USA as well. But and the next case we're gonna discuss about my friends, who's gonna discuss the criminal proceeding of the Bhopal case. Thank you.
The criminal proceeding was initiated under some sections like 336, 337 and 338 of the Indian Penal Code. Union Carbide Company came with defenses and they argued the reports of CSIR that had little evidence. UCC has also deprived all such allegations that UCL plant was not designed correctly. And the arguments in United States were that the Indian legal system was equipped ill for handling matter of such complex legislation. The Indian lawyers lacked ability to expertise in the situation of torts. Stage of the tort law was underdeveloped and the procedural law for India hindered path for justice to the victims. Some of the arguments in India will discuss by my friend.
So now I will discuss the arguments on the trial of Bhopal Gas in India. There were three main arguments. So first one, the court felt compelling duty to secure immediate relief to victims. The second one, the charges of Indian officials of UCIL were also diluted on grounds due to state of guilt with UCC. And the third one is the survivor of the incident launched protest that gained support from the country for seeking justice and demand to revive charges against Warren Anderson. Now I would like to conclude our presentation. So to be concluded, the tragedy is still considered to be the world's worst industrial disaster ever. Second, to prevent such events from occurring in the future, the government should thoroughly check and regulate such industries on regular basis. Third one, apart from this, the government should also make sure that there is a proper mechanism from compensation to the victims. And last and final, it is totally unjustifiable to leave a single victim without providing a relief. And that brings us to end of our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.